Hey everyone, I'm talking about Oscar-nominated movies for 2018, the Best Picture race. As you all know, for the last 5 years, I try to see all the Best Picture-nominated movies with friends or family, or by myself in the theaters before the awards show. I have seen Dunkirk, Mudbound, Lady Bird, Three Billboards, The Disaster Artist, Call Me by Your Name, I, Tanya, at the theaters. Luckily, Dunkirk, The Big Sick, Get Out. There's a few other movies that I don't think will be a Best Picture, but I also saw them on digital purchase because they came out earlier. Dunkirk, for the longest time, was holding the placeholder for Best Picture, although I think Three Billboards has the momentum for it. I am not a very big fan of Three Billboards. I understand the hype. I've listened to the critics. It was not a movie that I connected with at all. I did not connect very well with Lady Bird either, but I saw it a second time with friends. One of my friends got the ticket for me for the second time. Oh, my heater's kicking in, so I'll speak up louder. Be more, yeah, loudly. What's really throwing me is Mudbound, and I kind of wanted to talk about this as the bigger topic for this video. Why is Mudbound in this race? Why are so many critics, if there's 10 slots at the Oscars for Best Picture, usually they don't fill all 10, but let's say that all 10 get filled. Mudbound will definitely be in there. Now, is it because the film is really good, or is it because of the industry and Netflix wanting to be like Amazon last year that got Manchester by the Sea in for the Best Picture race? Is Netflix throwing everything they have at Hollywood to get Mudbound in? Mary J. Blige was wonderful in it, but it was just not a very good movie. I just don't understand. So what's going on with Mudbound? Is this Netflix going to all the events that you go to when you're campaigning? All your for your consideration stuff. What is going on with Mudbound? Did you guys like it? If you did, what makes it a Best Picture nomination? One movie that I don't think gets in is I, Tanya, and I think it should. I really loved it. It felt like Black Swan, if Black Swan was like a real comedic film. I've never seen anything like it. What I, Tanya had that a movie like Battle of the Sexes didn't have was during the actual sporting event, they did something very unique and kind of interesting. Whereas with Battle of the Sexes, I wanted to love that movie. I love tennis. I love figure skating. But Battle of the Sexes just went way wrong with it. I, Tanya, went way right with it. And I really hope Allison Janney can win for Best Supporting Actress, although I understand that there's a precedent that really evil characters don't win. But I think without her, that movie it's not half of what it could be. So I really hope she wins. It's a wonderful performance. It's an evil character, but the performance is wonderful. She really makes you believe in it. The Big Sick, I don't know if it hangs in there. A lot of people are thinking The Greatest Showman gets in. I don't think it gets in, but it very well might. It has some momentum. The Florida Project, what about that? Can it get in? I don't know. I really hope so. I loved Tangerine. The Florida Project has everything that you think it could be for Best Picture. It will get in for writing, probably. Original screenplay. Lady Bird has the potential to win a lot of acting awards for supporting actress and actress. I'm sure it will get in for original screenplay, but I'm not sure it gets in for directing for Greta Gerwig. I love Greta Gerwig, but I just don't think this is the film that gets her to Best Director nomination. God, excuse me. Coca-Cola. I haven't seen The Darkest Hour, and I haven't seen The Post, and I haven't seen The Shape of Water. And I understand that these three are probably, with Three Billboards, the top four films that the Best Picture winner is going to come from. It's either going to be The Post, it's either going to be The Shape of Water, it's either going to be Darkest Hour, or it's going to be Three Billboards. I think Three Billboards will win Best Picture this year. I think everything is pushing it that way. I did not like Three Billboards. I like Coen brother Tarantino-esque films and Crazy Heart, and I understand that this is that kind of the audience for those films is where this is hitting hard. And this just doesn't do it for me like those films did. Now, what about Dunkirk? Can it get in without any acting nominations? It's not going to get any writing nominations. It's going to get a lot of tech nominations. Will it win Best Picture? Will Darkest Hour, which shows the other side of that, win Best Picture? These are really exciting. Does Disaster Artist get in for Best Picture? I think it does. I think James Franco should probably win for Best Actor, although it seems to be between Timothée Chalamet for Call Me by Your Name and Gary Oldman. I don't know. I think The Disaster Artist was a stronger acting performance. What else? Supporting actor. It's just a very weak field. There are so many movies with female-driven storylines that are really in for the Best Picture race and for a lot of the awards. And that's cool, but I think this year was not as good as last year, and I'm still holding a grudge about Amy Adams not getting in a nomination for Arrival, which Arrival is my favorite movie so far. There's not been one movie this year that has knocked Arrival out of that. And before Arrival, it was Inception, and then The Color Purple, Last of the Mohicans. But Arrival is like, and Wild. I really loved Wild with Reese Witherspoon. Alright, I am almost at 7 minutes. This topic is really about Mudbound. Mary J. Blige was like the only thing about that movie that was good. It was not well written. It was not particularly well filmed. And Mary J. Blige is just like standing out as this diamond in the rough because she's the heart and soul of the movie, and I hope she gets in for a nomination for Best Supporting, because I don't see how Mudbound, I don't know what other nominations it can get. Probably writing. I don't know. They might be able to eke out some cinematography or some costume. But Call Me by Your Name is the art film of all of these. It is a romance film. It is pure romance. I don't even call it a drama. It's romance. And it's romantic in every aspect. Cinematography, writing, the story itself. Its art, its whole story is based on this sprawling villa in Italy that's isolated with sculpture, art, and literature and musical art, and it's just it's a period piece. It's a homage to the beauty of the 80s, before, kind of the age of innocence, before everything kind of the early 80s, let's say, before everything got so dang serious because of everything. And I don't think Timothée Chalamet gets in for Best Actor win, but he might if it's a preferential ballot. I don't know if it is, though. I think the acting awards are not preferential. I think it's the Best Picture noms that are preferential, which means if like one movie gets a lot of second choices, it could win if the favorite gets no. You know what I mean? Preferential would benefit a movie like Three Billboards, for instance. It might not get a lot of ones, but it's certainly going to get a lot of 2s and 3s, and that can make it the winner of Best Picture. I want to see The Shape of Water. The Post and The Darkest Hour are such serious films, and because I didn't react very well to Three Billboards, which is another serious film, man, I just don't know. Hopefully it'll come in on digital download and I can just watch it at home on Amazon because we still have a long time before the Oscars, relatively, a couple months, 2 months maybe. But we'll see. What else? I talked about the Greatest Showman. That is just, I wonder if that gets in. I don't think Downsizing gets anything. Maybe it'll get a supporting actress nomination. That film got hurt for a lot of reasons. Yeah. Phantom Thread, I haven't even put it in there for anything, and you have to think Daniel Day-Lewis might get in. I don't see Denzel Washington getting in, but he very well may, for Israel Esquire. And Get Out, you have to wonder, is this film going to take it all the way to the Best Picture? When? I don't know yet, but The Rebels with a Cause, seem to be really for Get Out, and it is kind of like a cool movie that could do what Moonlight did last year. And Moonlight is why I don't think Call Me By Your Name can win Best Picture this year, because kind of the same story, except different, you know what I mean? It's like the same, but it's not. So that's 10 minutes. What do you think? This is mostly a Mudbound discussion, but let's talk about I, Tonya. Can it get in? I think it should get in Best Picture. It's really gruesome. It's really dark comedy, but it made me very squeamish. And I thought it was really interesting because I was thinking this is going to be a biopic, and it wasn't. It was so much more. It was so intriguing, that film. Okay, I'm done. But this is more of a Mudbound conversation, so hopefully we can have a conversation about it. Thank you all.